Monday motivation. Start your week off flying high. Monday motivation. It's your time to rise and shine.
Hey guys, good morning. This is Rebecca. It's another Monday. We're going to make it happen. We're excited about today. So today what I want to do is a little bit different. I want to share with you some principles, and I want to share John Maxwell. He is being a leader in this self-development field. And when I heard John talking about this, two major questions, I just decided I needed to share with you guys. So let's listen.
There are two questions that I would ask you, and the two questions I'm about to ask you will really determine how successful you're going to be in this business, without any question. These are the two questions. It's not like there's three or there's four or there's seven. There's two, okay? Just trust me on this. I'm an old man. I know this. I've been around the block a few times. And there are two questions that if you can answer in a positive way about yourself, you're going to be very successful. And if you really cannot answer that in a positive way, to be honest with you, you're not going to be near as successful as you would like to be. The first question is very simple. What are you doing to develop yourself? And if you'd say, my gosh, John, I'll tell you right now, I'm doing a lot to develop myself. I've got a personal growth plan, and I'm intentional in this, and I'm doing this on a daily deal. If you could say that to me, then I'd say, hey, we're in good shape here. We're in good shape, because that's the key. You know, what are you doing to develop yourself? And by the way, the reason that's first is not because you want to be selfish. It's kind of like almost a selfish question. Person says, well, why do I start with myself? The reason you start with yourself is because you cannot give what you do not have. So you better start with yourself. Because if you're leading others and have nothing to give them, nothing to share with them, nothing to teach them, then I can promise you, you'll never be what you want to be as a leader. And I can promise you that after 40 years of personal growth, the secret of any success, if I've had any success at all, the secret of that success has been personal growth in my life. And growth has literally placed me where I am. So what are you doing to develop yourself? It's a huge question. And the 15 laws of personal growth, basically these laws are all about developing yourself and developing the second question, what are you doing to develop others? You see, on the first question, you're foundational for your future. The second question is all about compounding, multiplication. That's where you build a huge business, when you know how to develop other people.
All right, guys. So was such a good message from John about these two questions of what are you doing to develop yourself, and what are you doing to develop others? So in the practical way of life, okay, you're a mom, you have kids. How do you do this? So for me personally, I always try to wake up a little bit early before everybody in the house, so I have the time to invest a little bit in myself. Of course, I always stop and I clean the living room, pick up the toys. I do these things because it just helps me get through the day better, helps me to have a better day. So in the practical way is, how are you doing? What are you doing to develop yourself? Okay, so for me, I am part of a mastermind group named Rugged Woman, which has been huge for me, especially now that I'm open my business. They're just jumping in. They're helping me. I think that it's so important that you find a mastermind group of people that you can help, but also you can help them too. It's a giving and taking thing. But I think in the practical way, to stop everything and go meet with those other business people and really mastermind, I think it changes a lot and makes you develop yourself quite a bit. And the other thing that I do, other than to go to mastermind, in my daily habit is I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm reading a lot of books. The way I do my books is usually audio books, because I like to be painting and listen to books. But it's so important that you don't waste your time listening to stuff that would not elevate you. And it's very important that you keep the toxic things out, and it just bring that positivity, innovation. It makes your brain, just refresh your brain. So I listen to a lot of books. Sometimes I listen to the books more than one time. I listen to one book 3, 4, 5 times. It helps me quite a bit in my development. Some of the books I have been reading, I have been extremely effective in applying those principles of those books, and it's been helping me quite a bit. One of the authors, there's Seth Godin, that he talks a lot about marketing and being remarkable. I mean, his books and his audibles has been so great. It's working. And I listen to John Maxwell. John Maxwell has so many books, guys. One of the books that has, I mentioned here before, Talent is Not Enough. That book hit me in the house because, sometimes you think, oh, I can do this because, I have the skills to do this. But when you're in business and you just realize that is not enough, you need a little bit more than just talent. You need perseverance. You need discipline. You need to be able to follow through your word. One of the big things in business is when you follow through your word. If you say you're going to do it, go ahead and do it. You might change the word if you do it that way. So, because sometimes when we just decide, okay, I'm going to do something, but you can't fulfill your word, you better go and address it than just walk away. Walk away is you're setting yourself up for failure. But when you just pursue the things and you develop yourself, you will reach places that you never thought you could reach. Now, the second question was, what are you doing to develop others? Okay, so let's talk about it. In my case, also, I have a child. I am working with him and develop him self-confident and just speaking life over him. And he's a 5-year-old, and I see such a big difference in his life. So if you have any kids, take the time to just encourage them and just invest a little bit of that time to tell how proud of you and develop them as a people, as a confident, because that can change quite a bit. The other thing about develop others is just to offer as a help, to other people. And the way I do this is actually doing this podcast, come here, putting this content for you to help you develop yourself, and also how do we develop others? I have been teaching the classes, I've been doing the classes, the screen art classes, which became national, and people are painting all over the country, So I think that helps develop other people when I just think about what can I do better? What kind of artwork can I do, next? It helps develop others. And hopefully it's baby steps. Hopefully I can go around and help more different artists, and encourage them to believe and pursue their dreams. And I think that's what the key is even if you're not doing your full calling in life, everything that you envision, but you are doing baby steps, that's really what matters. So that is a few things that just comes to my brain, how important this is. And this really can impact your life in a tremendous way. The key is progressing. Okay, so if you just do a little bit every day, you're progressing in that development, and you'll become like this amazing leader that offer people hope. Even if you're a leader inside of your house, that offers hope. That's such a big deal, guys. And also in your field, whatever field that you are in, think about, how can I add value? That's the question, to the field that I'm in. Okay, ask that question every day. What can I create? What products can I make? To add value to this world. I wake up every day. I'm thinking about what else can I create Just anything can I create to add value to people's life, to add joy, And if you don't think that makes a difference, it does. It makes a huge impact. It makes a big difference. Let me just share with you guys. I got an email. No, I got actually a Facebook message. Kristen Nicole. Okay, I said it right? Kristen Nicole. So I got this email from her, and she said this to me, which it was, oh my goodness. Anyway, she said this to me. My grandmother passed away a week before this class. She was talking about the screen art class that we created, and it's all over the country. So my mother passed away a week ago before the class. She was my whole world. I didn't go because I have been she almost did not go to the class because she was still in grieving. But I remember showing the picture before she passed away and telling her about the screen class. We both love art, and I know she wanted me to go, so I painted in the memory of her. Thank you for bringing the class. I've been following you since I saw your picture on Etsy, and I fell in love. I was ecstatic when you told about the class. So anyway, I started back and forth with Kristen, and I just decided to say, hey, you were grieving. Can you just tell me a little bit more about your grandmother? And she started sharing who she was, things that she did. And she's like, her middle name was Rose. And I named my middle daughter after her. And she started saying about details like, she gave me this plant and she started crying and writing. I started crying too. But one thing that just hit home is when she started sharing about pictures of different books that her grandmother literally just wrote a little thing inside of the books and just left there for them. And I thought, isn't this so sweet? Because I was literally crying when I was listening to all that. Anyway, so her grandmother will put inside of books, don't give up. Don't give up. Remember this. When I'm not here, don't give up. And it was just so absolutely beautiful. And if we can have that little voice, inside of you that says, don't give up. Don't give up and develop yourself. Don't give up and develop others. Life goes on. And it's so beautiful because thank you, Kristen, for sharing all this story with us. And thank you for painting in her memory. I believe that when we are able to share our stories with others in that level and add that level of value to things, because it's not just painting. It's the story of her grandmother. It's the story that she loved painting, and it's the story that even grieving, Kristen went to the class, and I think she sent me a picture, and she ended up going to the Painting with a Twist and Chester. Yeah, I think so. And New Baltimore. She went in Baltimore, and she shared the picture of her artwork. I'm going to share this in our Monday Motivation page so you guys can see. And if you guys wanted to just comment on this and this picture, you will know the story behind. The story is we will lose things will hurt, but we will overcome, and we will make as a monument of remembering the things that matter. And it's so sweet to remember that grandmother's notes inside of Christian books that says, do not give up. Kirsten, thank you for your message on our Facebook page. Thank you for sharing your story with us. That really encourages for a better Monday. I appreciate you so very much. All right, guys. So this is the time to just encourage you to let you go. You guys remember this story. I'm going to post the painting of Kirsten in our Monday motivation page. And if you wanted to take the time to encourage her and just saying we're praying for you, that would be a lovely. Other than that, you guys have an incredible day. Don't forget to just take the time to do something to make your grow, that makes you grow, to develop yourself. And also don't forget to have baby steps and do other things for other people to help develop them too. Remember, that was the two things that John shared with us. The two keys is how are you developing yourself and how are you developing others. You guys have a blessed Monday. Enjoy the day and go get it.